It's good! Hey! 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 Hey!
Are you doing your part?
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I did my part.
Make sure you're represented with your vote.
Wow, Natalie, I guess you're finally anchoring?
Yup, after 13 shows, I'm no longer the copy editor of APN.
But wait, didn't you copy edit the script for us?
Oh, right. Anyway, I'm Natalie.
And I'm Victoria. And welcome to
Show 14.
Election campaigns are expensive, but CSF memberships are not. Member lists for the class of 2019, 20, and 21 are posted around campus, and the $5 fee is due this Friday at the ASB office. Nah, I've been craving cookies for so long.
Well, lucky for you, I have some right over here.
If you're not lucky enough to have a friend like Natalie, Girls Soccer is selling cookie dough from now until November 12th. You can place an order through any member of the team.
Tired of all the election chatter that's been going around? Well, consider taking a /BR from it by attending Code Day LA. Here's Ryan with the data.
System.out.println hello world. I don't know what that means, but I know that these people do.
On November 10th, Code Day LA will be hosting its annual coding event for students ages 12 to 25 to increase our generation's interest in computer science. Student programmers will be able to form into groups and compete to build apps and games for 24 hours. There will be workshops and mentors who assist those who are new in programming.
The students come in, they form groups, so it's a great place for, people who come by themselves to make new friends and stuff like that. They talk about what ideas they have for a project that they're going to make. There's no restriction on what project it is, but in the end, after they spent like 20 hours to create their project, they present it.
They just have to pay for the entrance fee, and they can get food for all 24 hours, and they just probably need to bring a blanket or something to sleep with. We also want to encourage as many girls as possible to attend Code Day.
I think I'm starting to get this. System.out.println, this has been Ryan, back to you guys in the studio.
Interested in being part of an award-winning and nationally renowned group on campus? Then you should try out for Color Guard. Tryouts will be held on November 13th from 5 to 9 p.m. in the CTE building. All of us are welcome, so make sure to check it out.
If you're practicing for golf team tryouts instead of voting, hopefully you casted an absentee ballot. All prospective boys golf team members must attend a mandatory meeting today during lunch in J207. Don't forget! Hey, Victoria. We should have our own elections.
Okay. About what?
How about which segment our viewers like the most?
Well, we already know what would win that. Sports.
Sure, maybe every vote counts, but the only thing that counts here is Apache sports. Did Thanksgiving come early for us? Because I'm pretty sure girls varsity tennis served us the Peninsula Panthers on their first round CIF last Friday. The girls started off the game rough as Peninsula's great teamwork and impeccable communications gave them the advantage over Arcadia's offense. Throughout the second round, our Apaches continuously tried their hardest to surpass the Panthers, but were only able to even out the score. However, in the last round, Arcadia picked up the pace, presenting strong serves and powerful passes, allowing Arcadia to finally overcome Peninsula, resulting in a 10-8 win.
The game against Peninsula was kind of tough. Singles was really good. Doubles was not bad. Their greatest strengths was their teamwork, and they also had this one really good player that just carried their team. We overcame their strengths in the second and third round because we just focused as a team, and we were basically pretty positive, and I think that helped us get through the match. Our game against Campbell Hall today would be pretty tough. I think if we work well together, we'll be fine and hopefully we'll win.
The Tackle at Work girls, we wish you the best of luck on semifinals against Campbell Hall, but girls tennis wasn't the only ones who went on from the first round. And here's Clara to tackle football.
When you think of the playoffs, you think of high-level competition, but no one can compete with our Apache football team.
This past Friday, our boys played in their first round of CIF against the Agura Chargers. Scoring 21 points in the first quarter gave the Apaches the momentum they needed to once again blow out their opponents. Although the Chargers attempted to score, the Apache defense was unstoppable, only allowing for 1 touchdown in the first quarter. Our offense was just as on fire, scoring for a total of 6 touchdowns, advancing to the next round and handing the Apaches their first playoff win, 56-7.
As we said earlier, our work not done here. We still got to keep going, championship run. That's what it is, feel me, ring season.
Great job, boys. Make sure you tune in to our live stream of the game against Temescal Valley on Friday at 7 p.m. This has been Clara. Back to you guys in the studio.
SMW is hosting a canned food drive from November 13th to the 16th. All donations will go to the Foothill Unity Center, and monetary donations will be accepted as well. However, please do not bring any perishable or homemade foods.
APN has high-quality cameras, high-quality shows, and high-quality students. But we have a low-quality backdrop. Help us purchase a new one by donating to our Snap Race fundraiser with the link down below. Also, if you would like any Apache's new merch, our online store will be linked down below as well. Thanks in advance!
Hey Natalie, do you know what I love more than elections?
What?
This friendship.
Aw, I love this friendship too.
Do you know what I love even more?
What could you possibly love even more?
Cookies!
Wow, that was hurtful. I need a break.
And drank all night, acted all alright. Had no need to fight tonight.
Hey Victoria, did you hear about the midterm elections last night?
No, what are your thoughts on elections and the ideas on the ballots?
Well, to be honest, I don't know much about what happened, but I'm sure that these Apaches do. This has been Natalie.
And this has been Victoria.
Now let's send our ballots to Nick.
Hey Apaches, with the midterm elections finished and results coming in, it is clear that Americans went to the polls with force. In this live Apache News special, we have Mrs. Clipstein, a women's literature teacher, Brandon Lusting, a young Republican vice president. We also have Calvin Wen, a Gov team member, and Mr. Seiler, a teacher at Arcadia High. So Mrs. Clipstein, you saw a lot of rhetoric used in ads and political campaigns used by both parties, the Republicans and Democrats. How do you think it affected the results of the election?
I think that the rhetoric that the politicians used was made even more extreme by the political and media landscape, where constituents are only hearing from one side, and it happens to be the side they already agree with. I think that's problematic and tends to amp the rhetoric up to uncomfortable levels.
Calvin, do you think the ramping of rhetoric also affected the results of the midterm elections?
Yeah, it's this usage of really divisive vocabulary and all these ideas that are coming together, but we refuse to hear other people's opinions that has caused us to turn into such a divisive nation as of right now. Like, we've been stuck on issues such as gun control and healthcare for several decades, and if we can't learn to compromise with one another, then that's just going to keep going on.
Brandon, do you think with more voters turning out and like record-breaking turnout of polls, do you think it will help have voices heard better?
Yeah, I think especially after the 2016 election, that really brought in a lot of new voters getting into politics, especially young people in high school and around college age. I think that, especially with politicians, pandering to certain groups of people like minorities or majorities, like whatever certain groups, that really gets a lot of people to come out to vote because they realize that these topics really affect them more in their daily lives.
Mr. Seiler, do you think it's important for all Americans to come to the voting and have their voices heard through voting and go to the polls?
I really do, and you could see the evidence is presented just in this last election. You have more and more people that are coming out to vote and more specific demographics coming out to vote. and they've made their voices heard. Specifically, if you look at it, you had a larger turnout of women that voted, and as a result, we have more women in the House and Congress than we had ever in the history of America. So it's a great thing. It's a good thing.
And I think let's wrap this up thank you guys for having coming to this live event and having your voices heard and sharing your opinions. Congratulations. Congratulations, Thummy, for guessing the outro show of last week's Spooky Scary Skeletons remix. If you want a chance to go to get a shout out on our next show, make sure to comment the name of our this outro song down below. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms listed down below. This has been Nick Marshall. Thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you Friday, too. Thank you.